what is the role of chemotherapy? So there are two parts of the story. One is neoadjuvant chemotherapy. Neoadjuvant chemotherapy is given in early breast cancer in patients whose disease you want to conserve the breast, two who have got some variation called triple negative breast cancer, where you give chemotherapy first followed by surgery, or the second part is when you do the surgery in some patients and then give chemotherapy. So chemotherapy is given in most patients except for disease which is DCIS, 2 with disease with no nodes, or 3 with the size of the tumor is less than 0.5 centimeters in younger patients. These are the patients who will not receive chemotherapy. Others, most of them would definitely receive chemotherapy. What about radiotherapy? So radiotherapy is given to patients whose tumor size is more, or you have conserved the breast, or the axillary nodes are matted or they are fixed to each other. These are patients where we will go into radiotherapy. There is also a type of chemotherapy which is called targeted therapy, which is a test which we do. Normally we do ER, PR and HER2 new tests. So the ER, PR is estrogen and progesterone. These are hormone therapy drugs which are given, which is given for between 5 to 10 years. And targeted therapy, which is trastuzumab, which is today, or pertuzumab, which is done after you do a particular test called the HER2 new test. And if that is positive, women who have this test positive will benefit definitely by these drugs. Now, when we talk about giving chemotherapy, one normally is to give chemotherapy to the arm, and that is also always given on the opposite side of the breast cancer surgery. Today, we encourage every patient to have a chemo port. Now, what is a chemo port? We put a small button on the chest wall where it is below the skin, and the chemotherapy is given into that button, and that through that button there is a wire, there is a tube which goes into the big blood vessels. So the chemotherapy goes directly there. So the arms are saved, and there is no edema or the swelling on the arm, and there is no chance of the drug coming out of the small blood vessels in the arm. As I said about endocrine therapy, there are two types of endocrine therapies. One is estrogen receptor blockers or selective estrogen receptor modulators, ACRMs, which is commonly called tamoxifen, which is given for premenopausal women and also in some postmenopausal women, or aromatase inhibitors like letrozole or anastrozole, which is given to patients who are postmenopausal and are positive for ER/PR therapies. What is new in endocrine therapy is ovarian ablation or ovarian suppression using different types of drugs. As I said, a little talk about BRCA1 and BRCA2 testing. There is something called also PALB2 testing, where you give different drugs. Now BRCA1, BRCA2 testing is something new, but now is not something very new, but now has come into the standard things for triple negative breast cancers, for patients with stronger family history, patients who are younger. In all these patients we do BRCA testing, so that if required, these patients can be changed, their therapy can be changed, or they can be advised different types of treatment. There are the tests which are done for early breast cancers, where we feel that they either whether we should take chemotherapy or not, when we are in doubt. So there are tests now which are available called Oncotype DX or CanAssist, which can predict the incidence of breast cancer coming back again, and this can be used, but these are expensive and not to be advised for every patient. Now when you talk about Angelina Jolie, she had BRCA1, BRCA2 positive, and she underwent a bilateral mastectomy and a oophorectomy. Why did she do that? Because of a strong family history. But that, please understand, when we talk about BRCA1 and BRCA2, when we talk about 85% cumulative risk, it is the cumulative risk at the age of 70. It is not a 85% risk for every lady at every point of time. Only 3 to 5% of breast cancer patients will have BRCA1, BRCA2 positive, and only 10 to 15% of ovarian cancers will have BRCA positives. So our advice to them is if they are BRCA positives and you have a strong family history, complete your family fast and then possibly go in for an oophorectomy and keep under good surveillance. Now, when we talk about all this, there are a lot of myths and misconceptions about breast cancer.